What's the least fun part of the job?
My absolute least favorite part of the job is a home inspection. Inspection happens within 5 days usually of going under contract, which means buyers have just come through my house maybe once or twice. They see it, they love it, they are jazzed by it. And then you have a contractor, a person, an inspector, come through and tell you all the problems about the house. And so the house is immediately just stripped down to data points that they're like, well, that's old, that's not functioning. And it really takes the wind out of everyone's sails. And then you have to negotiate on those terms. And you have to try and convince a buyer that they can't ask for things that are old. They can only ask things that are broken. And one, so that's hard for them because they're like, well, that HVAC is 20 years old. And you're like, yes, but it's functioning. And then two, you have to try and convince the seller that they have to repair certain things that might be a safety problem. They're like, well, it's been like that for 20 years. You're like, yes, but that wonky step is a problem. So it then becomes another negotiation after you just negotiated, and it really tears down a house literally to its studs, which is, it's always just sad and frustrating. And then you just keep moving on the process, and then the process then becomes financing. And so the joy of like the purchase changes a bit after the home inspection. Other things I hate are the final walkthrough. So that should also be a very joyous moment, but then you're seeing the house completely empty and there's all these nail holes or just nails in a, like they're still up, which is actually the way it should be unless you're sealing those holes. And so it just looks sad. Like the house looks completely different than it did staged or lived in. So that's always a strange moment. I also hate when lockboxes are not in front of the house. So if you are showing condos, many times the lockbox will be in an alley in the back. And if you're doing 5 of those in a row, that is extremely frustrating. The other thing I dislike is the low barrier to entry to this job. And if you just deal with an agent that has not done a lot of business, it's a little frustrating. So those are the things I dislike about the job.